Welcome to Celebrity Blind Item. In this video, we unravel a hidden truth through the ancient art of tarot and psychic sight. In this session, a blind item shrouded in mystery awaits. Who could it be? What secrets lie within? Stay tuned and try to uncover the enigma. Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot, and this is spooky time. So we're going to do a celebrity blind item. Now, I've done these before on my channel, and they were a big hit, but I got away from them because, I don't know, I just got away from them. So today is June 4th, 2024, and there's a trial going on right now. So we're going to see how the individual who is going to be on trial is going to do. There were some events around said trial with the people visiting certain individuals that may or may not be testifying. So let's see how the individual is doing. So let me know what you think of this, because I will do them all summer long. I am in full summer mode. I'm watching reruns of Fantasy Island. If you're not familiar with Fantasy Island because you're too young or you're not an American, please go watch Fantasy Island, the original version with Ricardo Montalban and Hervé Villachez. Awesome series. No one's wearing a bra. All the women are looking for husbands and all the men want to go to harem. So it's not really up to date, but it is delightful and all of the drinks look really delicious. So let's take a look. I'd like to do these all summer, but I do want your feedback. As always, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for subscribing. I love all of you guys. My subscribers are booming. I am now approaching 2,900 subs, which is fantastic. If you guys can get me to 3,000, that would be amazing. In the next few weeks, I would be absolutely tickled pink. I'm goaling to get to 10,000 by, I don't know, like Thanksgiving. So let's take a look at who this celebrity blind is. Now, when I say celebrity, it is a person of note, not necessarily like a Hollywood person or a rock star or something like that. So it's a person of note, someone that you would know that has some level of notoriety. So let's take a look. I'm going to bring up the card view. So jury selection has started for this individual. Chat amongst yourselves in the comments. Jury selection has started. Let's see how that jury selection is going. How is our jury going to present? King of Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Pentacles, both in reverse, the Tower in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles. So what this tells me, it's Four of Wands in reverse and the Six of Pentacles in reverse as the shadow sense. So one of the things that we're seeing here is that it's going to be difficult for this individual to find a jury of peers. So what does that mean? That means that this is someone who either has had so much privilege or so much luxury or has been in a certain category of status that it's very difficult to find people that are going to understand, sympathize, empathize with this individual. So that's really what we're seeing here. The jury selection, I believe, will go very quickly. I did not check on it today to see if they have completed it. Here, the Two of Wands, it's typically the opposing sides that we see, the prosecution and the defense. And as expected, they're not in agreement. When we go into jury selection, we really do want to pick the jurors that are going to best represent the intended outcome. One of the things that People versus O.J. Simpson is an amazing. It's a Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it, but they show a really good picture of how the prosecution and the defense will pick those sides. So it's a very cool presentation of that. So here, this Three of Pentacles, we are gonna be fighting the prosecution, the defense, and the judge. There's going to be a lot of fighting. The judge wants to get this going, wants to get it all settled so everybody gets on board. But it looks like we're going to have some differences of opinion, again, as expected, but we do want to kind of hasten this along. The Tower card in reverse. Now, you all know what I think, those of you that have been watching me for a while. The Tower, when it's in the upright, is circumstances that affect us out of the blue, sudden change, upheaval, cataclysmic moments. But for me, as a tarot reader, my entire career, I've always read the Tower card in reverse as something that we do to ourselves. We hamstring ourselves. Who is this that's going to hamstring themselves? This Ace of Swords and the Devil card tells me that that is going to be the defense. The defense is going to be very robust in their opposition to some of the selection for the jury. And part of that is going to be, I think, because of substances. We're going to have some issues with people that either have an affinity or a resistance to certain substances. So this is a topic that the defense is going to want to be a softer approach for most of the jury that's in there. They want people that are either sympathetic to people that use substances, or they're going to want people that are ambivalent to the effects of substances. So also, I think, people that are very positive in terms of, oh, recovery is a spectrum of recovery. So they want a lot of sympathy here. I think it's going to be pushed way too far. And it may, in fact, push the judge to the limits where he starts really clamping down and creating a ruckus. Under here, this jury is not going to be sympathetic to all of those things. We do have to remember that the law of the land is still going to apply in this trial. So we can't say that certain behaviors and certain substances that are taken are permissible because that individual is no longer doing it or claims to no longer be doing it. So that is something that we do need to keep in mind. So this is going to be a big deal. Up here, this is going to be a crazy trial. If only it could be televised, we really would have some entertainment quality there. So people would be riveted. They would watch the whole thing. This would be very similar to the O.J. Simpson trial. We would have people hanging on every word. We would have, the, water cooler sidebar. Yeah, it really would be quite the spectacle if we could see a lot more of it. So how is the MSM going to cover this? How are they going to cover this? Are they going to be more pro defense, more pro prosecution, or more pro law of the land? All right, so we're going to have three piles here. 1, 2, 3. That is my split. And then we're going to do, this is prosecution, defense, law of the land. How is the mainstream media going to present the prosecution? They're going to show that the prosecution is really fishing for purchase, looking for purchase, looking for, that foothold in the mountain. They're really going to look for that. But ultimately, what they're going to present is that the law of the land is being represented. What is the defense going to be represented as? The defense is going to be represented as something that, or this individual, someone who would never, ever, ever get a fair trial. And we really should just move along. He has moved along with his life. He has done what he needs to do. He's done his time in terms of repairing his life, but we really do need to just move along. There's nothing to see here is basically what we're looking at. Lesson learned is kind of the message that we're getting here. I'm sorry, my hair is right in my eye. I'm trying to fix it. So how will the media represent the law of the land? They're going to say that the law of the land is great. It's a great thing. But does it always represent those people on the margins of society that maybe have some issues? Or I think they're even going to bring in alternative lifestyles. I think they're going to start talking about that because some people may live an alternative lifestyle that includes substances and those sorts of things. So, very, very interesting. Very interesting how that's going to be represented. It's almost going to be like, I don't know why we're bringing up this old stuff. How is the beginning of this trial going to? Well, before we do that, how is the how hard is the prosecution going to hit? How hard are they going to hit? They're going to hit hard. There is no holds barred steel cage match. They really are going to deliver what they think is an appropriate punishment for someone who has been functioning outside the laws of the land. Are they going to push for severe punishment? Yes, they are. They are going to push for severe punishment because they don't want this type of consideration for an individual to happen to anyone else moving forward, regardless of their affiliation with any person in power. There it is, boys and girls. So, how is our defense going to respond to this hard hitting steel cage match? How is the defense going to respond? How is the defense going to respond? The defense is going to respond with lots of stuff. Very fiery speaking, very much so pushing that this is an individual who was immature due to unseen forces in his or her life, unseen tragedy in his or her life, but he has left that all behind. He is now grown into a full-blown adult and someone who is ready to take on the world. Ideally, so the dominant energy is this is someone who is now looking to correct the error of their ways with that lovely Empress up top, really working toward better things, building better things, making the world a better place. Under the surface, we are trying to hide perhaps continued poor behavior or recent poor behavior. We're still trying to hide that. So that's going to be a lot of it. Settlement is suggested with that Eight of Cups because this is someone who just has been through so much that we just want to settle and move on. So I think settlement is an option at some point during this event, during this trial. As of right now, what is the over under on this? Like how well do we think this trial is going to go for prosecution first? How well is this trial going to go for the prosecution? How solid is their case? 1, 2, 3. We do have some evidence here that the prosecution is going after this for some emotional, personal reasons, perhaps, really pushing the envelope on this. I don't think that it's a negative feeling toward the individuals that of influence that this person is involved with, but toward the individual and the squandering of their station. So, all opportunity was afforded to this individual, and they just seem to have a level of ingratitude and really abused that privilege to the nth degree. So, how is the defense going to fare? The defense is again likely going to say that there's some bias here, but they're going to direct it more toward the accident of birth and the accident of being associated with the person of influence. So, there it is. So we're gonna keep on this one. This one, this one's not going to go away anytime soon, I don't think, even if we do have that settlement. Right now, if we had an outcome today, if we said, let's settle, let's get out of there, how would the defendant do? He would not be successful. This would be an end of a reputation, and but also, we leave the door open with that star card for some restoration later. If he falls on the sword for this one, or the wand in this case falls on the wand, the chance of changing the perspective of this person, changing the image of this person for the betterment in the future is possible. We do have possibility for that. So that is potentially what we're looking at. Is it true? Is it reality? No, this is somebody who's going to give lip service to that circumstance. So at that, I am going to close out this reading. In the comments below, let me know if you think you know who this is. You can discuss, maybe use initials in the comments so that my video doesn't get popped. But we're going to stick with this one. We're going to keep talking about this one. So it'll still come up as a celebrity blind. But we'll call it the mysterious trial reading. We'll keep up on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. I'm nice and sunny. I have a little bit of color today. I voted today. Yay, I got out in the sun. But I hope you all enjoyed this. Have a great day. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like your own magical reading that doesn't have so much mystery in it, you can hit the link in the description below. I am running my 20% off sale all through the summer. We're doing it at like economic throwback to my old pricing. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see some of you signed up for readings. I'll see you soon.